Okay, so the big question is it possible to produce a healthier alternative to all of the super juices, the energy drinks, the sports drinks, and the functional beverages that are out there without any of the problems that we've identified? Uh, no hot fill or pasteurization, no sugar or artificial sweeteners. And by the way, I didn't mention this on the video previous, but there is a tremendous call it an expose on sugar. Really, it's a lecture at a college by a professor from the University of California at San Francisco, I believe. And it's on iTunes. You can get it on audio or video. And if you want to really hear what's going on with sugar and what's happening in your body when you intake sugar, then go get this thing. It's totally worth it. A little bit technical at times, but everybody can get something great out of it. Also, can we do it with no caffeine or stimulants, without an acidic pH, no artificial colors or flavors, and no preservatives? Is that possible? Well, the answer is yes, it is possible. Dun, da, da. And here's the answer. It's this little thing called a blast cap made by a company called Yoli. And what is a blast cap? Well, basically, if you take a look at what you see here, a blast cap, it keeps the ingredients separated from the liquid until it's time to use. So when you're ready for the drink, you put the little cap in the top of the bottle of water, you pop the top, boom, it creates this beverage, right? You shake it up for 3 or 4 shakes and let it sit for 15 seconds, and you've got this really cool beverage. And there's a lot of things that are great about it we're going to talk about, but I'll tell you one of the things that makes it such a marketable product is because it's so cool to look at. Kids love it. 11-year-olds are the greatest marketers of this product of all time. Kids, we'll get into the taste and what have you in a minute, but they like to be able to show it off. And of course, kids are showing it off to other kids, and other kids are telling their moms and dads that they want it, and the moms or dads are coming to the parents of the kid that had it and saying, hey, where did you get that stuff? And all of a sudden, business is being created. So what are the benefits? How does it solve these problems that we identified? Well, here's how it solves the shelf life, not problems, I'm sorry, challenges. The ingredients are freeze-dried at the peak of nutrition. Do some homework on freeze-dried ingredients, and you'll find that it is an extremely powerful way to keep nutrition intact. Does not need to be hot-filled because, well, it's got shelf life because it's in the freeze-dried form. Therefore, it doesn't need preservatives either. Drinks are very fresh. It has years and years of shelf life. I don't know how many years, but many, 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 far longer than a liquid beverage that's pre-made. And then all the other vitamins and the nutrition is totally intact because of the way it's created. How does it solve the taste challenge? Well, there's no sugar. There's no artificial sweeteners either. Yoli is using herbal sweeteners, namely stevia Reb A, which is a newer extract of stevia. If you've tried stevia or stevia, some people say, before, you might have noticed it had an aftertaste, like a metallic kind of aftertaste, very sweet. Well, this gets rid of that particular aftertaste. Also, xylitol is used, which I know is very popular with dentists. Dentists seem to love xylitol. I'm not sure if it kills bacteria in the mouth or good for the gums or what the reason is, but two natural sweeteners, plant-derived sweeteners. Also, the color and the flavor is all derived naturally. The initial beverage that Yoli has created is one that is a citrus flavor, and that's all natural. And then the flavor profile is created for children ages 4 to 12. If you can get the children on board, then everybody else seems to follow. And kids will tell you if something doesn't taste good. I have yet to meet a child actually I know a couple of 3-year-olds that are in love with it. But I have yet to meet a child that does not absolutely love the taste. I've met some adults that thought it was a little too sweet. I was one of those, especially at first. After 3 or 4 drinks, now it doesn't seem too sweet anymore. In fact, it's something that I look forward to. This is the picture that speaks 1,000 words. This is the way children look when you give it to them. My neighbor was one that all I did was give him, blasted a cap, poured it over some ice, let this little, about an 8-year-old boy drink it, and he looks up and says, mine. And this is what we normally see. What's the other problem? The bottling challenge we talked about, the other challenge. Dishwasher safe. Here's what they've done to solve it. Make a BPA-free, reusable bottle that is more expensive initially, but less expensive in the long run, because once you have a half dozen or a dozen bottles, then you don't need to keep buying the bottles. And so you can just buy the caps, which is, of course, you can see how that's better for the environment and all types of things because we're not filling the landfills with the disposable plastic bottles. Also, there's a branded solution that is very popular now, just came out. It's these Core bottles. Core is a company that makes these drinks, bottle drinks for outdoorsy type people, and they have these branded bottles with Yoli logos, and they really are awesome, and they attract a lot of attention as well. And you won't accidentally throw those bottles away. They're like $30 a piece, so it might be easy to accidentally throw away one of the other bottles if someone didn't know they were reusable. The fourth challenge was the vitamin challenge. How does it solve that? Well, real simple. There's no liquid suspension, so the vitamins simply don't deteriorate. It really is as simple as that. What is in this particular product, this first product made by Yoli? Well, you can see a list. You can take any one of these ingredients and do a Google search on it, and you're going to find all kinds of tremendous research touting the benefits of each of these. I will say this, the Truth formula is a very mild formula. I love the name Truth because the whole idea is to expose the truth of the beverage industry. I believed a lot of things for a long time that, that apple juice was healthy to drink and what have you, and orange juice. And I was all proud of myself because on an airplane I would not get a Coke. I would get, cranberry juice or apple juice, and I thought, well, I'm really doing something good for myself. But I found out that not as good as what I thought. Resveratrol's got a lot of play in the media these days. Of course, pomegranate and acai. These are some super popular fruits. Down at the very bottom, Alkaplex. Oh my goodness, do some research on Alkaplex. Easily an entire company could be launched just around this one alkalizer called Alkaplex. And some of these other ingredients, there are companies, very successful companies that are launched based on just one ingredient. Living enzymes, it's another great benefit that we get from this type of delivery. So even if there was some sugar in it, and who knows, maybe someday they'll make some product that does have a degree of sugar in it, but with living enzymes, that actually would break down the sugar in the digestive system. So, and probiotics and other, there's complete companies launched just around probiotics. So this is just an excellent formula, very mild, good for children, very, very, very young people, no matter how young or old, quality. But the future looks very, very bright for this Yoli because it's not an ingredient company. Any ingredient that is discovered 2 years from now, guess what? They can put it in a blast cap. So they'll be able to compete really with any of the ingredient companies. Alkaplex Specific Blast, which is going to be amazing for athletes to help alkalize lactic acid in the body. I'm super excited when they're able to make their acai and their goji and their mangosteen and their noni and pomegranate blasts because later we'll get to some pricing in a future little short video, but it's going to be very difficult to compete with the Yoli products because they're going to be able to put super quality ingredients, in some cases higher quality because they're not pasteurized and there's no preservatives in there, and they can concentrate them in super high concentrations. For example, an acai blast could have as much as 2 to 3 times more acai per ounce than the leading brand of acai beverages. So super excited about that. And look at the picture, the baby bottle blast. Oh my goodness. What do parents do when children graduate off of breast milk? They typically will put apple juice in one of those bottles. We already established that apple juice is not a very healthy alternative. So when Yoli can create healthy alternatives that children love the taste of, and be able to put them in a blast, think of the convenience, think of the nutritional value. Super excited about the future. The next big product is this one. It is a sport blast, specifically designed for athletes. There are already some very positive celebrities, sports figures. Carl Lewis, for example, athlete of the century. Brian Clay, the most recent decathlon gold medal winner, are all on board. They're on board with the Truth formula. The Fun formula is going to be even greater for athletes, and so there's going to be a very big market niche that we're going to be able to target with this, and people are going to love the results that they get with it. So there you go. There's some information and how we've solved some of the problems or challenges in the beverage industry If you want to know more about some business challenges that have been solved, stick around.